The Great Lakes of North America are a sight to behold. They hold a staggering 21% of the world's surface freshwater. These five massive lakes, Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario, are a testament to the powerful forces that have shaped our planet over millions of years. While the familiar story of their formation involves the carving action of glaciers during the last ice age, the story goes much deeper than that. It involves a fascinating geological phenomenon known as a hotspot. These hotspots, like the Cape Verde hotspot, have left their mark on Earth's surface, creating some of its most intriguing features. The Great Lakes region, as we know it today, was formed relatively recently, around 20,000 years ago. As massive ice sheets advanced and retreated during the last glacial period, they scoured the landscape, carving out the basins that would become the Great Lakes. However, the glaciers did not create these basins from scratch. They exploited a pre-existing weakness in the Earth's crust, a topographical low spot that had been formed millions of years earlier by a geological phenomenon known as the Cape Verde hotspot. The last glacial period, which reached its peak around 20,000 years ago, played a crucial role in shaping the Great Lakes region. As massive ice sheets, some over a mile thick, advanced southward from the Arctic, they acted like giant bulldozers, scraping, grinding, and reshaping the landscape. The weight of the ice sheets was immense, and the pressure they exerted on the Earth's crust caused it to sag, creating depressions. These depressions, along with the pre-existing low-lying areas created by the Cape Verde hotspot millions of years earlier, became the focal points for glacial erosion. As the glaciers advanced, they gouged out these depressions, widening and deepening them over thousands of years. The erosive power of the glaciers, combined with the weight of the ice, sculpted the land into the basins we recognize today as the Great Lakes. When the glaciers finally retreated, they left behind a landscape transformed, dotted with these massive freshwater lakes that would become iconic features of North America. The story of the Great Lakes begins long before the last ice age, with a geological phenomenon known as the Cape Verde hotspot. Hotspots are areas of intense volcanic activity that originate deep within the Earth's mantle. These plumes of molten rock rise up from the mantle, creating volcanoes and causing widespread uplift and stretching of the Earth's crust. The Cape Verde hotspot, currently located under the Cape Verde Islands in the Atlantic Ocean, was once situated under what is now the Great Lakes region. Around 300 million years ago, when North America was part of the supercontinent Pangaea, the Cape Verde hotspot was located right under the future Great Lakes region. Over millions of years, this hotspot pumped magma toward the surface, heating and stretching the Earth's crust. This stretching thinned the crust, creating a broad, shallow basin that would eventually become the foundation for the Great Lakes. Think of it like pressing a hot iron onto a sheet of plastic. The heat would cause the plastic to thin and sag. Section 4. Hotspot Migration, a trail of geological clues. One of the fascinating aspects of hotspots is that they are relatively stationary while the Earth's tectonic plates are constantly on the move, as the North American plate drifted slowly westward over the Cape Verde hotspot. The hotspot left behind a trail of geological clues. This movement, like the slow crawl of a snail leaving a silvery trail, provides evidence of the hotspot's influence on the Great Lakes region. Imagine a candle with a flame representing the stationary hotspot and a piece of paper moving slowly over it. The flame will scorch a trail on the paper as it moves. Similarly, the Cape Verde hotspot left its mark on the North American plate as it drifted westward. The hotspot's influence can be traced from its present location under the Cape Verde Islands back to the Great Lakes region, and even further inland, leaving a trail of geological features that tell a story of ancient volcanic activity and crustal deformation.